Well, good day, everybody, and welcome. I'm in Hendersonville, Tennessee. That is Old Hickory Lake right there, and that is the historic rock castle. We're going to go through, we're going to walk the grounds. There's an old cemetery here. That house is actually the oldest house here in Middle Tennessee. It was built in the 1700s. And we're going to learn more about it today, go through it. I don't think I can film in it, but I can take some pictures, so I will insert some pictures later on. But we're going to walk the grounds. There is an old cemetery here of who, I'm guessing, who built the house and who lived here and all that. So we'll go check that out right up here. There is some construction going on. They're going to build a new visitor center here. They're kind of remodeling or renovating the old castle house here. They're just doing different little things around here, so you'll probably see some construction things going on and all that. But we're gonna walk around and take a look at this. I've never been here, so we're gonna see what it's about. So here we go. This is the visitor center. So when you come through the gates, you'll hang a left and you'll come to the parking lot and the visitor center, and you'll go in here to get your tickets to go through the house and get other information as well. So here's some information here about Rock Castle. So it was built in the 1790s by General Daniel Smith. And during that time, he had 98 slaves, and it sat on 1,800 acres of land. It endured many wars and battles. Of course, it was here during the Civil War, all that. There's a picture of Sally Smith, and I'm sure we'll learn about her and Harry Smith, who she married in 1859 at the age of 22. Here's a picture of a tenant farmer's house. It says in 1860, Rock Castle was valued at $72,000. After the Civil War, many of Harry Smith's former slaves continued working at Rock Castle as tenant farmers, and the tenant farmer's house and former slave cabins shown here were lost with the creation of Old Hickory Lake. And that was the lake I showed you earlier. So yes, that lake, Old Hickory Lake, is a man-made lake. So we're walking over from the visitor center to the house. We'll go in and take a tour of it. That's where you come into the property. Like I mentioned, hang a left, parking. This area here, they have a lot of music during the summer. That's an old tree, what you call a witness tree. Been here for a long time. And this is Rock Castle. And that's Old Hickory Lake behind it. This would be a cool area to live. Got the lake right behind the house. You can sit out there and fish, jet ski, whatever. You can see it was built out of some old stone, rock, hence the name Rock Castle. Alright, so we're gonna go in, take a tour of the house. This is the back side of the house. I'm gonna take some pictures, but no video. This is the other side view here. Some houses across the lake there. Got a garden. And this is Old Hickory Lake behind the Rock Castle. So the Rock Castle, it was actually made of limestone. There goes a ducky. Just a chugging it. Must have scared him. So the castle or home, it was made out of limestone. And the limestone they got was in a quarry here in this lake. Of course, now this lake was flooded by the TVA back in the 1950s for electricity. But yeah, the rock quarry somewhere's at the bottom of this lake. You see people out boating, out jet skiing. The back side of the house. I don't know what that is, but it's not the kitchen. The kitchen is actually inside, as you saw by the pictures. So I don't know what that is. She didn't say on the tour. But man, how cool would it be to live right here or one of these houses out on this lake? It's a hot, humid day, but when the breeze blows off of this lake, it feels good. All right, so we're gonna go check out the cemetery where the Smith family is laid to rest. That is the family that built this house and owned this house for 5 generations up till 1954. And then the state of Tennessee bought it and has had it ever since. And now gives tours and keeps it up. That's the front of the house there with the sidewalk going to the front door. And a quick little fact, Andrew Jackson has been here back in the day. And this is the cemetery that the Smiths are buried in. See the sign said exit. They got ropes up all through here for when they do bigger events. Like I mentioned earlier, they have like songwriters night, different things throughout the summer, play music and all that. But we're gonna go in here and find some graves, hopefully. There's actually a guy mowing in there right now. So I don't know if we can get in or not. We'll see. Old rock wall built around the cemetery. Now, I don't know when this was built, if it was built back then or, I mean, it's old, but I don't know if it was built in the 1700s or if it was built in the 1800s or early 1900s. It doesn't say. There's an old iron gate going to the cemetery. So we're gonna walk around and see who we can find. Samuel Bug. Now all these people, I'm guessing, are related to the Smith family somehow, way, form, fashion. They may not have the same last name, but I'm guessing they're related to the Smiths somehow. Like I mentioned, there was a boy in here mowing, so he's gonna take a break while we walk around. He's about got it done for the day. And here's some old headstones. So here's a Smith. I can't tell if it's Laster Smith or Easter Smith. There's a Alfred Smith right there. And this is General Daniel Smith, born on October 29th, 1748, and died on June 16th, 1818. And this is the man that built the house, Rock Castle. And this is his wife, Sarah Smith, born January 30th, 1755, and died April 2nd, 1881. There's no way. 1831. I was about to say, there's no way that's 1881. 1831 is when she passed. And this is the grave of Tabitha Smith and George Smith. George Smith was a son to Daniel Smith. This side is Tabitha Smith, and this side is Colonel George Smith. So this is the grave of Mary Sanders, also known as Polly, whose picture we saw earlier. It's hard to make stuff out. But she was the daughter of General Daniel Smith. She was born in 1731 or 81. Can't tell, it's hard to read. Died in 1857. So I'd say 1781. And this is Polly's second husband, buried next to her. That's her there, her second husband. Don't know where her first husband is buried at, but evidently it's not in here. All right, everybody. I appreciate you watching. That's going to do it for this video. Got the house back there in the background. Old Hickory Lake. Hope you enjoyed the pictures. No, I couldn't video inside. I'm sorry about that. Wish I could have. But I did take a lot of pictures, as you can tell. So hopefully you enjoyed the pictures. Hopefully you enjoyed the walk around of the outside of the area of the garden area or cemetery, or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it, the grounds. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, do all those free things. And in the meantime, this hot, humid Tennessee day, I will see you real soon. Thank you and good night.